We now go to Lahore, where we are joined by our guest. Over to you, Talab.
Thank you very much, Sahil. This is most insightful. Let me dive deep into the debate with our experts, Laurie Watkins and Asif Ali Durrani. Thank you very much for with us. Let me start with you, Laurie. With this background that we showed on screen, how do you compare the past with the present? What happened in the last May? How is that different in terms of impact, in terms of its ramifications from whatever has been happening between India and Pakistan in the last many decades?
Hello, Tala. Thank you for having me in your program. Greetings to your viewers there in Pakistan. So what happened last year, I think, was a very pivotal point between the two countries for sure. But what has happened since that time for Pakistan, as the way it has really launched itself into a completely different stratosphere than India as far as its global recognition to allies and even adversaries seeing this come up from Pakistan has been quite remarkable, led, of course, by its military chief field marshal, Asim Munir, General Munir there. Things have changed drastically as far as the position that Pakistan now sees themselves in, not just as a mediator between countries, including the United States, for major peace negotiations and deals happening in the region, and to be trusted with that extremely important role, but also to keep peace within its own backyard. This long border that it has with Afghanistan, as well as with India. I mean, this is, in my opinion, was a game changer for the two relations between the two countries. I think it put India back on its heels, realizing the might of Pakistan and its military. And I hope that there can continue to be some sort of peace, because we already have enough tensions going on in the world. We don't need any more right now.
Absolutely. If wishes were horses, diplomats will certainly fly. Let me go to Asif Ali Durrani. Durrani Sahab, thank you very much for being with us. Laurie has described this to be a pivotal moment in South Asian history. And very interestingly, she has also linked whatever has happened since to the conflict between India and Pakistan. Obviously, you will have a perspective that is tilted towards Pakistan, but I still want to hear from you, are the two events connected, really, the war and what Pakistan's role is today?
Thank you, Talab, for having me. With regard to India, Pakistan, at the moment, unfortunately, there is no war, no peace situation which is prevailing. And there's a background to it. Noreen has very rightly explained it. So has your earlier report. India actually underestimated Pakistan, unfortunately, because they thought that they will make Pakistan, quote unquote, irrelevant. It was frequently, this mantra was repeated at every forum. However, and at the same time, then India also took the misadventure against Pakistan last year. And then that was adequately responded by Pakistan. And more than that, actually it was the narrative which India tried to build against Pakistan, but it backfired. The reason was that Pakistan displayed complete transparency in the matter, especially with regard to Pahalgam incident, which was unfortunate, and Pakistan offered impartial inquiry in the matter, which India refused. And this was, in fact, noticed by international communities, especially the media. So when you look at the 4-day spat between Pakistan and India, you will find that from the Pakistani side, everything was open, transparent, and we displayed whatever was available, whether on the screen or on the ground. But Indians, they kept mum, and they thought that by sending their verbose parliamentary team...
So sorry to cut in. So what you're saying here essentially is, in summary form, what you're saying is that there was misreading of capabilities and overestimation of how Pakistan could be dealt with. Let's look at it from another angle. And let me welcome Dr. Flavis to the show. Dr. Flavis, we have shown seen a tendency shown by states to not negotiate, and it seems to be escalating to the war ladder very quickly. You have seen that happen in Europe. You have seen that happen in the Middle East, and now we are also witnessing it between India and Pakistan, most recently in last 1 year. Do you think that there's a new methodology at work under which negotiations come after the wars and conflicts have been fought?
Yeah, the methodology of the negotiation after the conflict, yes, this is a very influenced by the manner and the conflict was conducted and the parts that has an upper hand in both conflict and also Middle East conflict currently, but also in your conflict, what we can say, there is a new, very new battleground. And this means this was considered your conflict. It was considered the first drone war between the two countries. I would like to say drone wars. That was a sky war. This is the most relevant one between the two countries, accompanied by the cyber attack and significant naval maneuvers. So, and also currently the asymmetry of conducting the war, it's also very relevant in what's happening in Gulf region. All of this, the asymmetric capability and the manner that each side has the capacity to react very in the short notice, on the short notice, they influence the negotiations on the table. And also it's very relevant the part who is going to conduct the mediation, who is engaged. In your case, US engaged a lot in order to de-escalate and to reach a conclusion in a very short period of time. That is a little bit differently. That is what's happening currently in the Middle East, where the complex of the issue is very entangled on the history. And the distrust between two parts is also a high, but it's a very, very huge. But what is the difference? The difference is the type of military capability of both sides, US and of course Israel. Both sides has a huge military capability and much nicely and advanced technology than Iran. In your case, I would like to say, you showed actually last year that you had capability in order to win a war that even though your size as a military is lesser than your India, and India is, as we know, it's as a large capability, but you had this kind of strength in order to succeed in the war. So in your war, it's a little bit different. Your capacity is almost closer to each other's in your conflict in comparison with the other.
This is a very interesting point that you make.